Welcome back to the episodes. Last episode, a lot of crap happened, and what actually happened? There's not that much actually happening. We were able to prove that the sound from the TV came from the window, was the gunshot, which means that they were able to change the perception of the time of when the murder happened. And in this episode, what are we gonna do? We're gonna play with you, I guess. I don't know. That seems to be like the main thing, and I don't mean in the weird kind of way when we're actually saying play. I mean, I'm just gonna shut up now. All right, so who's the next person we're gonna say killed the dude? She's standing in the prosecutor's chair. Oh, look, Kay! Why is she like the greatest person in the world right now? Kay, what are you doing here? Oh, hello, mister. I'm still investigating. What have you been doing? Where have you been investigating? We haven't seen you. But the object you're looking for is already... Okay, don't mind him. Please continue with your investigation. Why is she playing? Okay, I got it. You got it. What is she... Detective Bod, haven't we already found what you were looking for? If it means I can keep her in the dark just a little longer. Any little task will do. Wait, what? You're more sympathetic than I thought. Wait, what is she in the dark about? She knows that her dad died. So I'm assuming, yeah, this is gonna be like true court fashion. We will destroy you! I've been waiting for you, Edgeworth. I've already been waiting for the moment in which we can finally lay this case to rest. The moment... Why is she laughing at her own jokes? Yeah, I know I do it, but like I never do it this much. Wasn't that when we placed Detective Gumshoe under arrest? I don't understand. Think we've more than solved this case already. Why is she laughing about this? We'll see. It all depends on whether or not your logic holds. Oh, I see we even have a viewer in the gallery and... Why, even Mr. Bad is here. A viewer in the gallery? I'm probably just a standby. You are gonna be a bystander, dude. I have a duty to see this case through to the end. No, technically you don't. That's just what you told yourself. No matter how it turns out. Oh, is that right? Anyway, I thought you might like to hear what I've slaved away to find out. I've taken statements on every single person's movements during the time when our suspect was in the hallway. I also confirmed that there is no possible route of escape from lobby number 2. I thought that was obvious. Therefore, the killer must without a doubt be Detective Gumshoe. Wrong, because we figured it out. We figured out the scheme. Yeah, and that is all there is to my conclusion, and this case. Sorry, but I beg to differ. In a trial, there is always time for a rebuttal, and we are standing in the court of law. That's true. I'd be more than appropriate to follow the rules of court in this case, don't you think? And she's laughing about that. How absolutely like a rookie to think such a thing. But alright, I'll play along and give you a proper testimony. If my logic is correct, and I've already won. Wow, we're already shutting this thing down. All I have to do is prove it by showing who the real killer is. But we don't have a real killer! Everyone sans the suspect. Sans. Whatever. Has an alibi for when the gun went off. Furthermore, the areas around the crime scene has all been thoroughly investigated, right? I also confirmed that there is no possible escape route from lobby number 2, which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion that Detective Gumshoe is the killer. So we have to convince her the time is wrong. Now that you have your testimony, I expect a good rebuttal, Edgeworth. But of course, there's no need to confront her logic head-on right now. I should instead focus on drawing out any trump card she has up her sleeve. So... press everything. Everyone has an alibi for when the gun went off. That's wrong. The suspect. But I thought that Gumshoe's alibi has already been proven. Are you joking, Edgeworth? I assure you this is no joke. What did we prove? Look, I know you heard from the judge earlier that the detective was in the hallway with Mr. Faraday's daughter eating a Swiss roll. Yes, that is correct. But see, that was 20 minutes before the real gunshot went off, right? Then the problem is, there's no one else who can corroborate what he did since the smacking. I see she's done her research well, which means that I should focus on drawing out whatever trump cards. So, continue talking. I'm seeing have all been thoroughly investigated. So we're just going to keep pressing her, I guess, until she says something she doesn't want to say. Whether they've been thoroughly investigated or not is for me to decide. It's always for us to decide. What the heck are you talking about? Scrunch eyebrows and lines. Oh my god, this lady is impossible. Anyway, even if you believe it has been exhausted, the crime scene, lobby number 2, has no way out other than the hallway Detective Gumshoe was standing in. And because he claimed to be there, that makes him the only possible suspect. But isn't it also possible that someone escaped through a window into the garden? It's friggin' barred! I don't understand how you could. The police aren't a bunch of lazy bums. They looked into every possibility, you know. Isn't that right, Mr. Bad? Yeah. There wasn't a scrap of evidence to suggest someone used one of the windows. Why is he like doing that? Any footprints or anything in the courtroom? It sounds like he's like robotic, saying like something that she told him to say. I was like, there aren't any footprints in the courtyard garden. I suppose they really did check everything that could be relevant to the case. I also confirmed that there is no possible escape route in lobby number 2. What is the trump card? I don't understand. Are you absolutely positive that there are no possible routes of escape? Of course I'm sure. And why are you so certain? This is a courthouse, the place where criminals are brought to be judged. If there were an escape route, I'm sure every criminal would be using it to escape. That's true, actually. It just common sense. Don't have to laugh about it. My judgment! I suggest you use a bit more of it in the future. Or now, it's not my fault! Which leaves us with one unshakable conclusion. So this is the last thing. So if this isn't anything important, I'm just going to present the evidence about the TV. For example, who was it that placed the gun in Mr. Faraday's hand? But you're the only one still wondering that. I mean, that's kind of important. Oh my god. Even if you know someone, it doesn't really mean know which hand they write with, right? It's actually true, to be honest. I mean, I certainly don't care about that sort of thing. I don't care either, to be honest, so that's fine. I'm not about to let her get rise of me with such a flippant statement. I suppose we've really reached the end now. I already have my trump card ready. All that remains is to play it. But before I do, I think I should inquire into a little something about her argument. What? Thought we went through everything! I said earlier that you confirmed the alibis of every person other than the suspect. However, I don't recall either Francisco or myself speaking with you about the subject. But there were witnesses for you. There's your mentor who gave you an alibi. I see. As for the little missy, I don't think she came to the courthouse during the recess. And was stopped by a security guard at the door to the... Who would you expect with a whip? She gave him quite a whipping for that, so I heard. I'm the daughter of Manfred von Karma, and I will not be forcibly stopped by a guard, or a bailiff, or anyone else. That's a terrible way to think! Wait, so basically the only reason Francisca bothered to show up today was because she found out I was to be the replacement prosecutor. That's funny. By the way, Miss Yu, what about everyone's alibis before Detective Gumshoe was assigned to guard duty? What about him? Have you looked into what people were doing during that span of time? Oh, that's actually important because we need to know that to see who has an alibi at that time. What kind of idiot do you take me for? It doesn't matter when the killer went into lobby number 2. From the time you heard the gunshot to the time Mr. Bad and I arrived on the scene as we dashed from lobby number 1, the only person who could have committed the crime was Detective Gumshoe. That's not what we're asking, so let's talk about when you and Gumshoe heard that gunshot, shall we? I suppose that if we go by your logic, then Detective Gumshoe is the only one. However, what if the crime had occurred at an entirely different time than when that gunshot you heard went off? What then? We got her then! That gunshot was a trap meant to manipulate our perception of when the crime took... I'm working on something! Very lacking, Edgeworth. The gunshot we heard in lobby number 1. Care to explain how that could have been fabricated? We got it! We got the television! Or do I show them the... Okay, say we showed him this, yeah. That tape? Wait, she reacted to that tape. Yes, it's exactly what you think it is. This is the surveillance tape for Mr. Rell, the prosecutor, in today's trial. This was found loaded in the video player in lobby number 2. That was connected to the large television that had its volume turned all the way up. You can't honestly mean that the sound we heard was a gunshot in the video. Why not? But I do, which leads me to my next point. The murders occurred much earlier than when anyone heard the gunshot. It must have happened 30 minutes in a 30-minute time span, so... We're getting a reaction! I like reactions. That's the only thing I can think of, too. After committing double homicide, The killer took the surveillance video out from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag, turned the television's volume all the way up, and left the video to play. If played from the beginning, it would take 30 minutes for the gunshot sound to come on. And since we now know that this method of time manipulation is possible, it opens the possibility up that the killer is someone other than Detective Gumshoe. That's true, actually. Sounds like from on television doesn't amount to much here. But of course, Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth and Little Miss Von Karma already knew that much from the very beginning, right? Of course we knew! Didn't we, Mouse? I thought it was obvious! Yes, of course. We know about the soundproof quality of this courthouse's rooms. Of course, I'm not about to admit we had no idea until after a little while ago, but it's not important. We still were able to figure out stuff. That's right, and if the rooms are soundproof, then we should have not been able to hear it. But we should not have been able to hear the gunshot either. And yet we heard the gunshot clear as day. And? And that's it. End of story. I mean, like, that also doesn't make sense how you guys heard the gunshot in the first place. But it's not. How should I explain why she was able to hear a gunshot from a soundproof room? The window was open. There was a hole in the wall. Yeah, I don't think she would have probably figured that part out. There is actually one common point between lobby number 1 and lobby number 2. And it's that despite the fact that both rooms have air conditioners installed, a window was open in each. Take that, you! Reaction times! Now, we know that the window in lobby number 2 was opened by the killer. However, the window in lobby number 1 was also opened. Why is that funny? It's probably just coincidence that they were both open at the time. Why would you open the window, though? It was no mere coincidence, I assure you. Why was the window open in lobby number 1? The answer is that a certain person did something to cause the window to be opened. The person who triggered the action, that person is the real guilty party. There's only one person that could possibly be it. Yatagarasu, no. The only person that possibly could have done this is Callisto Yu. The reasoning behind this is because her perfume could be smelled in both places. I think that's what it is. The problem is she also doesn't know about the knife. But I'm going to go with Callisto for now. And if that doesn't work, it's Yatagarasu. Okay. Mr. Callisto Liu, I hereby formally indict you of the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. Okay, I was right about the first thing. Oh god, Bot's eyes! Oh god. What? You indict me? What the heck? Oh god. She's angry at me now. Are you serious, Miles? Why do you think she is a killer? I don't understand her motive just yet. But of course I'm serious. Because she is the only one who could have done it. Well, Miss Yu, do you still feel like laughing now? How is she the only one who could do it? Haha, of course I do, Edgeworth. Why? We just argued that you killed murder. Tight enough yet. Although I never thought things would spiral into this. But I'll have you know, I'm enjoying this dance. Quite a bit. I'm enjoying this song. It's a great song to dance to. I guess this means it's time for my own rebuttal now, right? Okay, so we're going against Callisto. We're going to go in Callisto in the next episode. In the next episode, we're going to see what the heck she has to say. And it's Neon362. Please like, favorite, comment, and I'll see you all next time.